Hello, everybody. Welcome to the announcements portion of today's exam/stream. Chat, let me know how the volume is doing, because I'm kind of blowing my own eardrums out here so I can get a good baseline. 100% all the way. Tonight's session is Song of the Crown. Introduction session for Slate and Shale Ledentine. Now, that said, we're going to do a little bit of fucking, what's it called? Scheduling stuff. I've posted the June schedule, is essentially what I'm talking about here. So, tonight, introduction session. On the 26th, we have an introduction session for From Depths Unkind player character Raylan Feldrune. Then we have on that Wednesday, on the 27th, Kingdom of Darkness, Session 23. Then in June, we have Baptized in Blood on the 1st of June. We have Kingdom of Darkness on the 10th of June. We have Baptized in Blood again on the 15th of June. We have Kingdom of Darkness again on the 24th of June. And then we have Baptized in Blood on the 29th of June. So, that said, it's our schedule. I've adjusted the volume. Hopefully it's still okay. Might be a little loud still, might not. You should be able to turn down your own volume, and if it's still super loud with you having done that already, do let me know. I will do something about it if I can. Sometimes these things are beyond me. Alright, without any else to say, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our players for this evening. First, at the top of the order, we have Dee! Say hi, Dee.
Hello, I am Dee. I am playing Shale Val'Ghast, who is the older sibling, thank you very much, by a couple of minutes. She is a bard of eloquence, and she is having a great time in Sora. Thank you very much for asking.
Okay. And then we have Lee.
Hello, I'm Lee. I'm playing Slate Val'Ghast, who knew that she was going to bring this up. And, you know, it's whatever.
Alright. Well, with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump into our session. There's not a whole lot else to introduce here, because it's just the two of you. So, let me go ahead and push this over. This is Sorath, lovely Sorath, a city in the center of the country. And, I can barely hear myself think. Hold on. I need to adjust my own personal volume. There we go. Okay. This is a city, the city, in the center of the country. It is on the main highway between Fordeath and Helcorth, and it is one of those towns that is a bit of a layover town, but it has all of its amenities for a town of its particular size. It's got a large warehouse district for travelers and merchants to deposit their goods, to either be picked up by others or just to wait for a little bit before proceeding down to the next destination. It has its own, bathhouse. It has a large district in the corner here that is mainly reserved for nobles. They have their own apartments there. They have their own houses there, depending on how wealthy they are. There are a couple of districts that are occupied by the less fortunate, the poor and working people of Sorath, those that do day labor at the various farms or various other places of work around Sorath. And then we have the Selgor district. So this is We have here Travos District up here in the left, top left. And we have Eris District, which is in the top right. So Travos, Eris, and then Selgor District down here, which is where the merchants and artisans tend to live if they don't live above their shop in a different part of town. So we are in Satyros right now, and Satyros is part of Deluvia. Deluvia is the rainy season in Val'Ghast, and so it would be mostly appropriate for us to do this and update our map. And if it is not raining for the two of you, please refresh your pages. Yep.
It's raining.
All good.
Yeah. So the rain is coming in sideways, obviously, north to northwest to southeast, clearly, because it's flying in diagonally. And that is our general overview of this particular town. Both of you know that it is ruled currently by the Charon. The Charon hold the governorship of Sorath, the entire province. Deves their Charon is the governor of Sorath, and she is also the heir to the Charon Duchy. You also are aware that her house troops, the Charon Eagles, make up the 100% majority of the city's guards. There is no more garrison occupying Sorath. It is fully held by the Charon. You are also aware that our military base nearby, Setrak military base down here, is where the Gorgons have their headquarters as both a knightly order and maintaining this training center. This is a place where many draftees and such would go for initial training if they are within this central region of Corinth. So, just a little bit of a broad information for you both here to kind of root you in. Now, to kind of get started here on our story, we are going to move the clock ahead several days to the 7th of Satyros. And really, the rain has only just begun. Slate, you are sleeping in your room as far as Shale knows. She is sitting at her desk, settling in to get some late-night writing done. An idea had popped into her head while she was dreaming, and if she did not capture it before it fled her memory and mind, it will be gone forever, and there will never be such a good idea as this. Shale, you grab your quill, dip it into the inkwell, and go to make the first scratch on the parchment, and sadly, it is dry. The well is empty. Tragedy. But then there's hope. Ink is not that expensive. Besides, it's necessary for you to finish your tale, and a fresh bottle will last a while. Sorath is an inspiring place, what with the graveyard and the supernatural happenings, its rich history and interesting landscape. One of the best things about Sorath, though, is it has something every town really needs. A 24-hour convenience store. D&O's. Most people just call it Dominic's, or D&O's, or Dino's. The location is on the other side of the city, though. You are currently residing in a small house in Selgor District. You are not in Sophia District, where all the rich people live. You used to be in Sophia District, occupying the apartments of the Leada family, your head family. However, that wasn't allowed anymore. And any apartments that your family owned, the Ledentine, you weren't allowed to stay in those anymore either. So you're staying with someone who works for your family. A Miss Esther Monon Griff. Esther is a middle-aged lady, and she is sleeping downstairs. So it's not a small house. It has the first floor, which is mostly a kitchen and dining room. Second floor is where she sleeps. Third floor is where you sleep, Shale. And fourth floor is where you sleep, Slate. So, Shale, you could probably get the money you need to get this ink from your brother and go to D&O's and get that bottle of ink you need and maybe a snack and be back before an hour's passed.
Absolutely.
But it is up to you. What do you want to do?
I think Shale is going to tiptoe her way upstairs, not so as not to disturb Esther, and see if Slate is actually asleep.
Okay. Do you peek your head in the room? Do you knock on the door? What do you do?
Oh, she opens the door. There is no peeking. And she opens the door and kind of quietly, not loudly. She doesn't want to wake him up if he's asleep. But she just opens the door.
Okay. And Slate? Are you asleep?
I mean, if it's raining that badly and there's no cloud cover, I think Slate probably would be asleep at this time. But he's got a pretty high passive perception and has never slept well, so I think you're maybe like 3 steps in before Slate. Huh? What?
You have any
Sister?
ink? Do you have any ink?
Yeah, somewhere.
I'll go root around on his desk.
I'll help you look. And Slate will get up and start rummaging through stuff to find some ink.
Unfortunately, the ink bottle that you have is also empty.
That's fine. Do you have any copper on you? I can just run down to D&O's, maybe grab a little bit of food for the week.
In this kind of weather, isn't it better to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Isn't it better to wait till morning?
Perfect for thinking. Nobody's out there.
Yeah.
Do you want to escort me?
Yes.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. You should get your sleep.
No, I'm with you.
Can I read? I want to roll a perception on that.
Insight? Or...
Insight, yeah.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. And while you're doing so, please also describe your characters for posterity and also the audience.
Yeah, Shale is kind of a slip of a thing. Blonde hair that she has cut short. Ears fairly pierced, probably more than that is actually in style. She is constantly smirking, and she is a people person, so she is pretty open, pretty amicable, pretty down to clown, as the saying goes.
Slate, it looks more like her than fraternal twins would suggest, but his actual body is kind of strangely obscured by layers upon layers of cardigans and sweaters and shirts and gloves, actually, that he even wears to sleep. He sort of gets himself up and starts adding, instead of taking any sleeping clothes off, adds another layer on top. A hat, something for the rain. And what are you trying to glean?
Why is he worried about her leaving so late at night?
That, I think, is more or less normal.
That's fair.
It's late, especially going alone. I mean, there's an amount of letting you out of his sight that he's willing to tolerate, and sometimes it's higher or lower than others.
I think that's what she was looking for, is like confirmation of like, is this normal Slate paranoia or is this something else? And the fact that it is normal has set her more or less, I think, at ease as she waits for you to get your sweater on, get your hats on, and collect yourself.
All right. I suppose as they're heading out the door, Slade will cast Mage Armor on himself.
Okay.
And actually, what we should do is, if this is a day, I have Portents to roll.
Indeed.
A 6 and a 10.
Okay. Alright, you sneak down the stairs into the first floor of this house. You look outside, it's nasty out there. It's raining and the street's probably muddy. It's basically not stopped raining for the last 7 or 8 days, which is normal for Corinth during this season. You know all about this. So you likely have some wide-brimmed hats to help keep the rain off you, as well as cloaks to help keep the rain off you. And you step outside into the downpour. Now, Dino's is in this district, Tarvos district. There we go. You are in this district, Selgor. You'll need to go around one direction or the other, around the castle's moat, which has begun to fill since it hasn't stopped raining in a few days, which is always nasty. So
Yeah. I think this hour of night, they're probably used to going probably west first and then north, unless you feel differently.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay. You get out of the house, you clear the street, heading towards, probably cutting closer to the castle as soon as possible so that you can be in view of the towers and such. Pass by this security tower here. The runesmith's shop here, who he has not really paid either of you any mind. And begin to walk by Sophia District, with its nice gardens and parks, and very nice, lavish apartments and condos.
People watching to the extent that you can people watch here at past the witching hour. Just kind of looking off into the street ahead of her, yards as they pass, just kind of watching as they walk, more out of curiosity than like an alertness.
There are a couple of apartments here and there that are lit up and seem to be like you can see light behind the curtains. Other people are awake at this hour, but these sorts of people are the kind that you've partied with before a little bit.
We'll drop in another day.
As you head towards Dino's, you come to this intersection here. And down the way is the Sorath Bathhouse. Structure built quite some time ago in the Cheyenne style and is publicly funded. Although you can purchase perfumes and soaps and oils there that are not the regular stuff, scented or, better quality kind of things. You make your way into Travos District, and wind your way up to the corner where Dino's is situated. The light is on outside. There's light in the windows. You can see that the shop is open, as it always is.
Anything you want?
I could use some ink as well, I suppose.
Okay. Enough ink for 2. Maybe one of those little dough ball treats.
So you walk in to the shop, knowing what you want, and as soon as you walk in, there's a bell that rings above the door, and you hear a grrr. Dog in the corner of the room, sitting on a nice plump pillow, black, mastiff-sized. You know this dog. This is Mayhem, hero of Sorath. Still around 4 years later after the incident that he was involved in with the owner of this establishment, actually, James Ornoris. You know him as well. Those people, James and his party, Mayhem and his party, took down the local cult called the Final Rite. It's been on people's tongues ever since. They've been talking about it because there's not a whole lot else to really talk about. They don't have social media. They don't have a celebrity scene, to really talk about on a regular basis. So they still talk about this. And Mayhem is a very dangerous dog. He's killed people before, and he will kill again, but he is a very sweet boy. He sees you as you come in, sniffs the air, and settles down.
Shale will, as they kind of come in, hold her hand out for Mayhem to sniff before giving him lots of pets, if he allows.
Oh, of course he does. He takes the pets. You get a little leg kick, and he goes back to his business, unless Slate wishes to pet him.
Slate will nod respectfully from as far away in the doorway as is possible.
Okay. As you head towards the back, selecting the goods that you wish to purchase, the 2 bottles of ink and a snack.
Does this place sell, I guess the term would be like military consignment, or like I want the most nutritious, nutrient dense, least appetizing ration bar.
This is more of like a 7-Eleven kind of deal, where what like ration bars there's like 10 different varieties, and all of them are, a different level of garbage. So,
Slate will look for we'll have already done the calculations of the cheapest / most nutritious of the garbage.
Sure. A ration bar that it fits that bill is 5 silver pieces.
All right.
And 2 bottles of ink will set you back 20 Ritz, because they're expensive. And Shale, your snack, you're grabbing a little dough ball, kind of like a honey bun kind of deal, right?
Yeah.
Grab that. That'll cost you like 2 or 3 copper pieces at most, because it's somewhat fresh, but it's also, probably baked right here in Sorath. That ration bar is probably made elsewhere, and it came as part of like military shipment, and then they couldn't use it. So you get up to the counter, and a man in his 40s sits up, long brown hair, big, mustache, beard, 1,000-yard stare. He sits up from his reclined position. You see him rests a elvish sword on the counter. He goes, "Oh, you're out late, kids. What can I get? Is this everything?"
Could be. Slow day.
Eh, night's usually slow, morning's a lot busier.
Even with the rain?
Yeah, but people still go to work. So, he tallies up your total. Alright, so with the ink, and the ration, and the confectionery, that'll be 20 Ritz, 5 core, and 4 zinc. Shipments are slowing down from the capital. I haven't gotten anything in from there in a while.
Understood. Slate will pass the coin necessary to pay to Shale.
Shale will take it and count it out and pass it over to Mr. Orneris.
Okay. So, let's see. You had 25 to start with, Slate. And Shale has 5, so between the two of you have 30. This will cost you 20.024.
I'll supply the 20 then.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll supply the rest.
Alright, so convert one of your gold pieces into my brain stopped. Convert one of your gold pieces into 10 silver pieces first.
Take 5 of them away.
Yeah.
Take 6 and then or take so you have 4 you have
Here, I got it.
4 gold, 4 silver.
There you go. That should be right.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Just that's Blake. Okay, cool.
Oh no, we're running out of money again. Okay. He passes you your stuff after you pass him the money, and he says, "Alright, well, I'll be here if you're, in need again."
Thanks, Mr. Orneris.
Of course.
Yes, thank you.
Be careful.
Always am.
Okay. What do you guys talk about on the way back?
I am expecting money in from the society soon, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Maybe I should have gotten a second one. The society, the ration bar. The society's pays me a stipend. It'll arrive soon, hopefully.
I mean, Esther will feed us a little bit, at least for dinner. So I wouldn't worry too much.
Of course. But if you needed money for something, you can ask in a couple days.
Okay. I mean, we'll be fine. That's what the ink is for anyway. It's to work. It's to write.
What idea struck you?
Well, a dream about being back in the academy. And instead of it being exactly real. It was almost a little bit to the left of that, and there was a lot of sword fighting, and there was a lot of there was a mystery we were trying to solve, and I really think there's something there.
Right. What is the mystery we're solving?
Well, that's what I have to write. That's what I have to figure out. That's what I'll work on with writing.
Ah, I see. Do you miss the academy?
A little bit. Do you?
I miss having a defined path.
Yeah. It's not exactly a lot of well-paying creative gigs in Sorath these days, unfortunately.
You do have the talent. I could. Well, a lot of the publishers in the society are looking to punch up their manuscripts. I could share some of my stipend with you.
To edit?
Yeah.
You don't need to pay me your stipend, Slate. If I really wanted to do an editing job, I could go back to the academy and work there, or there are other researchers in Sorath or nearby. There's you don't need to do that. I don't want to edit.
Fair enough. I'd say make an insight check.
Oh man, she rolls stupid good. Oh, hell yeah.
That's a natural 20. Actually, in which case, I'll give you... It's not... It's not that... Well, he wants to take care of you, obviously. That's the root of it all. That's the
Sure.
baseline of everything. But it's also there's this weird nagging feeling that he wants you to be prepared for the idea of him having money.
I think Jill stopped short a little bit in the road on the way back. And waits for Slate to stop with her. And when he does, she just kind of gives him this look. And I think it's a look that Slate knows from having grown up together, where it's a kind of a like, all right, come clean. And she doesn't need to say it, but that is 1000% the look she's giving him.
I think you know that Slate doesn't look you back in the eyes, and it's not about lying. It's about his condition.
Mm-hmm.
And the money from the stipend is more than I expected. And I didn't want you to feel like you were, like I was, like there was an imbalance.
Why would I ever be upset at you for that, Slate? And she'll kind of step forward, and very gingerly kind of give him a half hug, which is probably as much as I'd assume Slate lets anyone get within his space.
Yeah.
And she goes, "How much is it?"
It depends on how my manuscript's received, but it'll be more than we've been subsisting on the last few weeks.
Slate, what? Is this something that you've been scribbling the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's that. I mean, I should go see. There's a guy in town. What's his name? From Al Hadoon. I gotta see him. I maybe tomorrow or something. Set up a meeting. He is from Shia, and he read my paper on planetary rotation, and he's doing an elective at the Soreth Academy. So it might be a way to get further stuff published.
He's going to ask you to teach? And she has extrapolated this far beyond the
No. Just I mean, he's a student himself. He just has more connections. And so yeah, it would be nice to. There's not many astronomers here. Not that you can see the stars most nights.
I think she kind of holds him at shoulder length, and she just goes, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
You don't have anything to worry about for me.
That won't stop me.
And she sort of rolls her eyes at him and holds up her... And this is something that they've probably done their whole life, where like she holds up her like pinky finger for him.
Just Slate will return and curl pinky finger around hers.
And she shakes it and goes, if we don't have each other's backs, who else is there?
No one. You're right.
And she will start kind of walking back towards the house, spring on her step, and goes, so you're meeting with him tomorrow?
Well, no. I have to. Tomorrow I've got to set up a meeting.
We'll need to get you something to wear that isn't that. And she'll kind of gesture to Slate's everything.
Perhaps we wait for the stipend to come in.
You have things.
Yeah, I suppose.
We can make do. Unless you're hoping to be buried in clothing for this meeting.
Well, at least I'll be warm.
The rain keeps up, I suppose. Do you know anything else about him? The student?
His primary field is Val'Ghastian satellites. So the moons, which it tangentially relates to my field.
Only tangentially?
Well, I'm studying the rotation of Val'Ghast itself and its movement through the void, whereas his is the movement of the satellites around Val'Ghast.
You lost me on that one. So isn't it the same type of movement a little bit?
Well, actually, that's a great question. And he'll launch into a comparison of the observed movements of the planet versus the satellites, especially Titanicus, how there's some irregularities that it seems with the behavior of the moons, and how that could relate to abnormalities in tides, and it goes on till they're back home, more or less.
Yeah, and this is a conversation they have probably had before, and that Shale has nodded her head through the whole time. It's not the first time she's heard this from Slate, I don't think.
About halfway through your little info dump, put it that way, Your passive perception, as you've noted before, is fairly high, Slate. You do notice something out of the ordinary, and yours as well, Shale. Someone has left their door open on the street here. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let me fix that. Pause.
What area of town are we in?
You are still in Travos District, but near the exit of it. So,
Okay.
you just go ahead and fix that. There we go. And then this one. Observer. There we go. Let me just refresh that page. Yeah. Give it a moment. Give it a moment, gang. There we go. Alright. So, this door is open.
Shale will bump Slate by the shoulder and kind of give him a look to gauge whether or not he's seen it too.
Slate will nod. I think does Shale give the indication that she wants to investigate?
I think not so much investigate, but more so careful. More so the like, we don't know what's around the next corner, keep an eye out. I don't think she is intending to root around in somebody. She is a rapscallion. She is not going to go like rooting around in somebody's house uninvited, I don't think.
I think
She'll dance on their table, but won't steal their stuff.
Yeah, and especially if it's like, if we were in like the nice district, that would be way more interesting, right? But this is just some poor schmuck's house. She's not gonna go fuck with some poor schmuck.
Slate's going to cast Dark Vision just to feel more comfortable. 150 feet of it.
Curious if it automatically applies to you, or...
It hasn't changed my token.
Try casting it again with yourself targeted.
Okay.
Sometimes that needs to be the case, so it can apply properly. And if that doesn't work, I'll look at the, fucking spell.
I didn't seem to do it now. Oh, no, not combat state.
Okay. But it gives you 150 feet of dark vision, huh?
Dark vision, yeah.
Okay. Let's see if I can just fix that for now on this particular token as a temporary measure. Wiggle yourself?
Yep, I'm invisible now.
Okay. As you cast this spell, your vision clears and the darkness recedes, and everything that is nearby and unlit is in shades of gray.
I suppose if I step forward here, I'll be able to see.
Yep, that's WYSIWYG.
There's blood.
We should find the guard.
Yes. I'm going to cast another spell. Thankfully, this is the only one that's concentration. Detect thoughts.
Okay.
I'm going to use. I'm not targeting a specific creature, but now I'm using it to detect the presence of thinking creatures within 30 feet of me.
Okay, within 30 feet of you?
Yeah. Intelligence 3 or higher.
Okay. You do not sense any thinking creatures within 30 feet of you. Hold on. Pretty sure. Yes. Let me also do that tier token too, because this is a fun thing I can do. Watch this. Oh, it's already working. So if you click on yourself, you should see that the outline of Shale kind of glows a little bit. See that?
It's all in gray.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Oh yeah, I think it's glowing a bit.
Yeah, it glows just a tad.
Yeah, I guess whichever direction. Or no, oh no, Shale's glowing. Oh, Shale. Okay, sorry. That's what I'm seeing. Shale glowing.
That's
okay.
right.
I'm not glowing.
Because she's a thinking creature.
Okay. I guess from this distance, can we make like a perception or medicine or something check?
You can make a perception check. Medicine requires you to be hands-on.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay.
Distracted.
Yes, between the rain and you kind of hearing Shale's surface thoughts, and the scent of the rain, and starting to kind of mix a little bit with the scent of iron, you're too distracted. You can either, because of your psychometry feature, lean into the scent of iron, or you can defend yourself from what that could be, what that could trigger.
I think Slate will grab Shale's arm and say, "I'll take a quick look."
Shale, as he says this to you, you're looking in that house and you can see that that person at the way back is a child. They are not moving, and there's blood up the wall.
That's a kid.
Uh,
And she'll go after Slate.
I think I'll lean into it. I think I will go like we'll try it out safe, fully defended.
Okay.
So I make intelligence save at advantage.
You will you choose a mental ability you wish to examine the subject with, and you can roll that check at advantage. I roll the opposed check.
Okay.
So it's not a save until it says save. So no defense. It's a
Okay.
sanity save. So
Then yes, I'll go with intelligence first.
okay.
I'm gonna make that a 10, so it's a 15.
Okay. 15. You succeed, and with this, you are filtering through some side emotions, but what you do pick up is a huge dose of pure fear and a energetic like violence and a large amount of sort of necromantic energy as well.
I suppose I'll proceed to wisdom. Natural 20.
This fear was this person's or persons. You are now able to tell it's 3 different people. Their fear, as they discover something happened in the room with them. It was dark, some kind of predator, and they were. The next thing they knew, they were struggling for their life, unable to scream, and then gone.
I'll go with the last one just to see.
Okay.
19.
From this perspective, you shifted through your rational mind into your more so insightful mind, now into your more sense of self mind. the panic that they felt was all-consuming, and the whatever was that came across them, they couldn't tell what it was. It seemed to be the feeling you're getting is some kind of false thing, some kind of mimicry or mockery. Because you don't see an actual like vision of this. This is from the smell and from you kind of processing through that sense these things.
Blade will sort of jolt out of it. Necromancy, some kind of. They woke up and were beset by some mimicry, overwhelming fear. Let's go find the guards.
I think Shale, who has been used to Slate's fits for most of her life, trusts his gut and nods and stops herself from going into the room and says, "Okay, let's get to the security tower."
You guys do have bonuses, by the way. There are 3 plus 1s, 2 plus 2s.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so security tower is this way.
As in, we move on the map, or?
Yeah, you move on the map.
Yeah. Okay.
There's another door open here. You can see there's one here, and one here, and one here.
There's more.
And you begin to hear surface thoughts as you reach this spot. It's not Shale's surface thoughts, which we should probably dive into that for a second. What are Shale's surface thoughts? I'm going to unpause just to get rid of the banner. Don't move.
Yeah, she is... I think the surface thoughts at this moment are probably more around what's happening to them and what is happening here and what happens if something happens to her and Slate's on his own, and what happens if something happens to Slate and she's on her own, and he has this incredible opportunity now that they should capitalize on. And I think a lot of it is that kind of like panicking, almost like circular thought of like one thing snowballing into the next, snowballing into the next, snowballing into the next, that she's trying to keep a little bit of a lid on as they walk arm in arm down the street here.
Okay, arm in arm.
Yeah, I don't think they would have let go of each other.
Okay. So you reach this point here. These are the surface thoughts that your sister's giving it, and now they're starting to mix like oil and water in with this other entity that comes stumbling out of the brush over there. Looks over at you, sort of a crazed, wild eye, blood running down its face, soaking the front of its tunic. Looks like a person. Looks like a regular person. They just look bloody. And the surface thought you hear is just, so hungry. So hungry. Oh, look. Oh, people. Oh, people.
Back. It's trying to eat us.
I'm going to cast...
You're going to roll initiative first.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Slate is actually first.
All right. All right. I guess. Can I get a bonus action's worth of trying to figure out what's wrong with this person?
Yeah.
Arcana.
Yeah, absolutely. You can use a bonus action on that.
12.
Yeah. With a 12, though it is a natural one, this must be the thing. This is some kind of mockery of life. Whatever this is the thing that did this. You immediately connect that through the sense of smell you're getting, that mix of rainwater and iron blood scent that you're getting. It's triggering the same stuff.
And do I get just violence, the intent of violence here?
You get the same intent of violence that an animal gives when it's trying to eat you.
Okay.
Not the same as, like, the desire to murder for pleasure. This is something that's hungry and trying to eat you.
Right. Slate, there's coals in here, right?
Yeah.
Slate is going to say, Shale, get behind the brazier with me. Get here. And then ready in action to cast a spell once Shale is moved.
Okay. And that spell will be Catapult?
Catapult.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so we will then skip to Shale's turn.
Yep, she will move back.
Okay.
So then my reaction will trigger. That'll happen first.
Yes.
Okay. That'll just DC 16 dex save.
Okay, what is your, Oh, yeah, duh, DC 16. Right, it fails?
Now, could I argue for fire damage because I'm throwing hot coals at it?
I will give you half of that as fire damage.
Cool.
Okay, so, let's see here. This is bludgeoning. Okay, game wants to do it as... Okay, that's the physical bludgeoning. Or physical magical bludgeoning. This is the fire damage. So these hot coals blast into it. It kind of screeches a little bit from the fire burning on it. Dollar plate.
All right, that is my turn.
Okay, Shale, the rest of your turn.
How does this thing look? Like, did that 8 touch it, or is it not even affected by it?
It seems to have not been staggered, but a slight flinch from that. It does seem like it can be harmed.
Okay. I'm going to cast... I'm not going to pull out the big gun just yet, but I am going to do... I'm just double checking. I have to remember how to play a bard. I am going to cast... Yeah, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on her.
Sure. Okay, so let me go ahead and...
DC 15.
DC 15. Target makes a wisdom saving throw. Failed save. Okay. So it must immediately use its reaction to move as far as it can. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Yeah.
Okay, takes 12. Psychic, that has bloodied it. It will move this way. Kind of get away from you. It's the edge of the map. And so... let's see. Okay. So that has put distance between it and you. This isn't a thing that continues to afflict it. So it's not a status
No.
effect of fear. Okay.
No.
Yes,
no.
you've driven it away for a moment. Is that the end of your turn, or do you have more?
I think I look to Slate and I go, we need to go.
Yeah.
And then once, I guess, top of the round, we would probably just try to book it
Sure.
northward.
Okay. It is now the creature's turn. And it moves its full speed and then charges right at you, and it is right next to you.
Oh, good.
So, and this person comes at you. In the light, you can now see that this looks like a regular young woman, like sort of like a shorter haircut. Looks kind of like the token, just for ease of description.
Yeah.
She is got wild and hungry eyes, and she's running at you. She's got a knife, a dagger in one hand, and looks like she's going to cut you with it at first opportunity. As it's the end of this creature's turn. Slate.
In the interests of moving together, I think Slate will say, "Can you spook it again?" And we'll, I guess, delay my initiative to act after Shale, but before the thing.
Okay. Then I will drop your initiative. This delay will be permanent.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I will burn another Dissonant Whispers, baby. You still have that 6 from earlier, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It fails regardless.
Eat shit.
Well, hell yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then far as it can away from you, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. And now it's Slate's turn.
Yep.
Unless you weren't done, Shale.
Nope, that it. Well.
Oh?
Well,
No. No, that is my turn.
Unfortunately, we are otters, and we can't move separately.
I mean, do you want me to run? Like, do you want to run?
I think Slate will be like, go, go, go. I'll be right after you.
Okay, she will move her movement then 30 feet upwards.
okay. It's 15.
And then...
Is it 15 or is it 30?
Yeah, that's 15. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what I've done.
Yeah. What have you done?
So 45.
Yeah, that's where you want to get to.
Yeah.
Okay, Slate.
Yeah, gonna target her with a chromatic orb.
Okay. Well, 15 does hit. Yeah.
It's gonna be fire damage.
Okay.
God, I am rolling terrible on these.
Can I? No.
Your orb hits the creature, covering it in flames. It screeches, and it kind of falls to its knees, burning.
Is it still moving, or...?
It's still like it's like twitching in agony, but it is not dead.
I'll start moving, and I'll get to. No, I'm gonna keep it in view. I'm trying to move away. Yeah, and I'll stay there.
Okay. It cannot move from where it is at the moment. Nope. Delete. And it goes prone. It is still twitching, and the fire is starting to go out. The rain is very heavy. You can see it's still kind of like moving. You're not sure from this distance if it's just because its nerve endings are firing off or if it's dead or not.
Okay.
But it cannot take a turn, so it is now Shale's turn.
Wait, what's wrong?
It's twitching on the ground. It might be dead, but I don't want to just leave it for the next person to hit kill.
Can I? So Shale may not be the best student in school, but she is a little bit of a reader. Can I roll an Arcana or a History or something to see if I can figure out what this is?
I think as far as your magical education and what education you had goes, I don't think like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think like the horrible creatures of the deep past or anything of that nature is like in her wheelhouse. I think like mythical creatures like dragons and unicorns and that kind of stuff are definitely like the stuff that she would have looked up in school in the library, but I don't think any of the deep horror of the past is something that she would be looking up. And then the other
vampire romances in this world. This beautiful rich tapestry you've created, CJ, is what I'm collecting. Like, so there's nothing of that nature.
No. What I'm trying to say is I'm not going to let you roll Arcana for it, but I will let you roll History, as maybe you've read a novel or two.
Yeah. That's totally fine. Big roller, god damn it, I love her.
Gosh, big fat rolls. She's doing so good right now. Okay, let me see here. I want you to roll me a D6.
Sure. Well.
Okay. You have read The Domination of the Soul, which is a dark romantic fantasy novel which was closer to erotic fiction than anything else. It describes the vampiric sisters Van Cressa as a trio of evil vampiric dominatrixes that bend the minds of innocent folk with their evil charms as they bleed the lands around the Van Cressa duchy dry. It was written by Yarvin Maskin in 941 AJ, so about 100 years ago, maybe a little more than 100 years ago. It's immediately what you're reminded of because this creature's female. There were the poor SOBs in that other house that got basically butchered, and your brother can't seem to kill it. So this is checking those boxes. Oh, this is probably some kind of like horrible vampire.
Do I know, does that book talk any at all about how to kill them in a way that would seem realistic, or is our best move right now to fucking book it?
This is the more like the bad guys win kind of horror story. So the way it's colored is they're invincible. They can't be stopped.
Okay. Slate, we need to go right now. Come on.
All right.
And I think we will try to I think when Slate catches up to her, she'll be like, "We'll send the guard back. We can't. We're not gonna be able to kill that." And I think unless Slate tries to stop her, I think we will try to wend our way around to the guard station.
Okay. You try to leave the map,
Yeah.
Shale?
I think I am, unless Slate tries to stop her.
Slate wants to cast a spell and then run.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Do it.
So you shall leave the map.
Yes.
All right. Slate, is now your turn.
Okay. I'm going to drop Detect Thoughts, and I'm going to cast Mind Spike on this one.
Okay.
Me. Yep. DC 16 Wisdom save. I'm gonna make it a 6. I suppose I didn't describe it before, but there's like this thing that happens in Slate's eyes when he uses his divination, and it's there's like this nest of red strings that just like tangle and fray and then coalesce into a single cord, and they snap tight, and then the vampire was always going to fail.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you deal 3d8 damage to it. Okay. 3d8 psychic damage. And now you know where it is.
As long as I maintain concentration.
Right. This spell also has a regular duration of an hour, so you will lose this in an hour regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm booking it.
All right. It spends half its movement to get up, and it staggers. You can see it starting to come around that corner now. And that is its turn.
I will throw a wind cutter at it.
Put a -3 on your formula because it's in cover.
Nice.
Ooh, you cleave part of it as it comes poking around the corner. You cleave it for 9. It screeches as it goes down again, staggered, and then you run off the map?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. As this encounter ends and you leave these streets and you begin running away from Travos District, that creature, you can still sense that it is out there as you're running away from it.
Is it following us still?
It still is following you guys, but just much slower than before. And as you hit this part of the street, like you leave Travos District and start heading down towards where the security checkpoint is, you notice that it has stopped. It has not left Travos District. And perhaps the thought goes through your mind that your sister was right and that thing was unkillable. Because you did read her thoughts up until you dropped Mind Spike. She was immediately thought about that book.
Yeah. If it... Alright, it's... Slate will say that it's stopped. But I still know where it is. It could be eating someone else right now. We gotta get the guards still.
Right. Not changing course of action on that one, and Shale will keep running in the general vicinity of the security checkpoint.
Okay.
You... vampire? Those aren't... Are those real?
I mean, what else do you think that was?
Could I, with the added context of vampire, could I reattempt a check?
Like what kind?
Whichever, Slate's knowledge base is still Arcana, but just the like he didn't really get it the first time, mostly because he had so many other things on his mind.
So now that there's less distraction, you want to give that another try. I think that's a valid request. I am going to say it's not part of your educational background, and so the DC is very high for you.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, I'll fucking believe you, I guess.
It was eating those people alive. There was blood everywhere.
And it was necromancy, I recall.
Yes, and it couldn't die. So what else fits the bill?
Okay, well, in your story about it not being able to die, did the city guard save the day?
Well, no. But do you have a better idea?
Not at the moment.
You guys reach the security checkpoint without delay. There's a guy out there kind of just leaning in the doorway. He's got a spear. He's resting. His arms are crossed. The spear's resting in his grip there. And he's just kind of half asleep leaning against the doorway. You guys come running up to him. Souls clattering on the stone there.
Sir, are you awake?
Yeah, what are you guys doing out here so late? Go home.
No, we were on the way home. We were coming back from the Dino.
From Dino's? Okay.
There are a bunch of houses that have been broken into in Tavros.
In Travos District? Okay.
People are dead. It's one street. There's something there.
Did you see it?
Don't laugh. We both
Necromantic creature.
So you're saying something escaped from the graveyard and fucking... He makes the neck cut gesture.
That is exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay, well, go home. As you're aware, the circus that was here got fucking destroyed by something similar. I think it was it earlier tonight? Was it last night? What time is it? It's late. Anyway, it was recent. It was within the past 24 or 48 hours. Did you say it was killing people or was it eating people?
I think eating. I think it was going to eat us if we didn't get away.
Okay, those things are fucking fast. Go home. We'll take care of it, alright? Keep your door shut. If it caught your scent, it's gonna try to come this way. We'll intercept it, okay?
Slate, do you still know where it is?
Yes. Has it moved from Travos since?
No, it hasn't. But it is somewhere in that district now. It is over there.
I can, if you have a map, I can point to where it is.
I don't have a map of the city on me.
Okay.
I think Shale grabs Slate by the arm and just goes, "We can tell you the street we saw it on, and we'll give him the street and the cross street so that they know where they left it."
Okay, just brief description, and we'll do a grid search through there, and then you need to get home, okay? If it caught your scent, it's going to follow you.
Should you send somebody with us?
Yeah, I'll go with you. I gotta tell the guy, come, get in here for a second. he opens the door, goes inside, slaps another guy awake. Over the next 5 minutes, you give a full description of what you saw, and a couple of guys. I like a squad of guys start heading up the street that way, and then he walks the two of you home.
I think on the way back, Shale will ask, what were you saying about the circus before?
This, the circus that was in town. Well, some fucko knocked over the one of the wards that keeps that fucking stuff in the graveyard, and a couple of ghouls got out and killed a bunch of the circus folk, and ate a few of them, and we managed to kill one of them. Took a lot of the other one got away.
So they can be killed, right?
Not easily. Yeah.
Fire?
I don't know. I'm not that. I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Is there like a guild of monster hunters or paladins or something?
Not really. I mean, the only people who are gonna know stuff about this stuff is the academy up the way in Dravos district. Actually, that's kind of ironic. The Sorath Academy of Necromantic whatever sciences, I think. They would know more, but they'd be closed right now. So maybe a thing you can look into tomorrow when it's daylight out. Best to probably not go outside at night. Just a general. This is your house, he says. Just a general fucking note. And he drops you off outside unless you want to question him some more.
Light's good.
Yeah, same. Shale will shuffle inside.
You guys go inside and sneak back to bed with your loot. And we will proceed to the very following morning. This morning at 6 or 7 a.m. We'll call it 7 a.m. So it's the 7th, 7 a.m. And you're having breakfast downstairs with Esther. She does not let you sleep in. At all.
God bless her for that.
It's not because she hates you, it's because she loves you. She has made breakfast for the two of you. You're sitting around her small kitchen table. It's some toast, some salamander bacon, and some scrambled eggs. Decent. There's a knock at the front door. Esther gets up and answers it.
Oh, I'll get it.
No. You sit down and you finish eating. As the kitchen is right next to this door, you can both hear her speak to someone, and you spy a woman at the door. She looks military. Good morning, ma'am. Is there a lady and Lord Slate and Shale Ledentine here at this residence? Yes, what's this about? I'm Captain Kylian with the First Gorgons over at Cetrac Trading Center and Order Headquarters. I've been assigned to investigate Lady Shale's assault. I'll need to speak with both of them separately. Mind if I come in? Esther looks at the both of you.
We haven't told her. Go ahead.
Of course, we'd be happy to help.
Esther gives you both a very dirty look, and then gestures for the woman to come inside. She comes inside. And she steps in the house. She's just a smidge shorter than both of you. Just a smidge. She's wearing a military duty uniform, which is different than the dress or combat or training uniform. It consists of like light leather armor for the cuirass and pauldrons. The serpent of the Gorgons is burned into the chest of the leather and the right shoulder. There's a unstrung bow stuffed into her quiver, which is full of arrows, and a fencing blade on her hip. She's got dark hair and eyes, tan skin. Her eyes are shadowed and lined with kohl, marking her as a likely follower of Roysa, which is not uncommon for career soldiers, especially women. She says, "Good morning. Apologies for the interruption. I see you're having breakfast. I'm Captain Kylian. I'd like to speak with both of you about the assault, separately, of course." She sets her backpack, quiver, and sword by the door. So which one of you would like to go first?
I think
The expectation is Shale.
Yeah, I think Shale sits up and goes, I'll start.
Okay. Got a private space to talk? You can do it in the
Slate,
street.
do you want to... No, Slate, do you just want to step upstairs? And I think she gives
Slate
him a
will
look.
scurry away.
Yeah.
All right. As you scurry away, the captain waits, and once he's all the way upstairs, she goes, "All right, so tell me what happened."
My brother and I left the house last night. We went to Dino's up in Tarvos. It was maybe 2 hours past midnight, something around there. Went to Dino's, no issue. On the way back, we were making our way through the district. We noticed a couple of open doors. It seemed odd for all of that in a row of street. We peeked in through one door, saw a body, saw the blood, knew something had to be wrong, tried to book it for the security tower. And then something came lunging out of the night, out of the street. My brother and I both went to the academy, so we were able to hold it at bay, and it went down at least once that I saw. I think a second time because Slate was right behind me and he had just cast something. But it wouldn't die. But we were able to get enough distance between us and it to get to the security checkpoint.
It didn't hurt you?
Didn't touch us, no.
Okay. Good, okay. Obviously, don't go out at night if you can help it. And if you can't help it, clearly take your brother along with you. You should probably invest in an actual weapon. And maybe, something to protect yourself. I'm under the impression that you're nobility, based on your title as Lady Shale, and so I do recommend you get some armor. I assume you've had some basic training at your family home to handle a sword or something, so that's my recommendation. We'll keep an eye out for this creature that you described, and we'll let you know if we find it and destroy it. Okay?
They didn't find it?
No.
The guard we talked to said it was probably a ghoul from the circus.
That is possible. Do you have any information to refute that?
She looked human.
Looked human.
She didn't look...
You could tell it was a woman?
Yes.
Okay. Did it have claws?
Do I remember?
I would say this is the first time you've ever been assaulted by something that tried to kill you. You probably don't remember.
That's kind of what I figured. I think that's as much as she knows.
Yeah.
Short brown hair, but I don't remember claws. No.
Okay. You said it had been like attacking people. Like, what do you, based on what it looked like, what is your impression of how it did that?
I think it was drinking the blood.
Drinking their blood. Okay. Good to know. We'll put that down. So, and she is taking notes on a like a scroll pad. And she goes, okay, that's good to know. If anyone from First Gorgons comes and talks to you about this again, it'll likely be me, but just let them know what you saw, all right? And just the facts of what you saw, okay?
All right.
Okay. Do you want to switch places with your brother?
Sure. And she'll go and get Slate.
Okay.
Slate will sit down in the chair, avoiding eye contact as usual.
Since Esther is still in the room, the captain goes over to Esther and whispers something in her ear, which encourages Esther to go upstairs, leaving you and the captain alone. She sits down at the table this time and across from you and says, okay, so your sister told me what happened. I don't need to hear it again from you unless there's something different. You did spend more time with the creature than she did, according to her. Is that true?
Yes, I have I'm a diviner.
Yeah.
So I was scanning the area, and so I was able to read some of its thoughts, and it was pure hunger, animalistic hunger.
Yep.
But I mean, obviously it was a necromantic creature.
Right.
The smell of blood is it was in the rain. It was everywhere. It was everything to it. And there was something like betrayal. The people in those houses woke up to find an imposter and an intruder among them. I don't know if it broke in or if it was already there and transformed.
Hmm. Okay. She passes you a note. And then she says, well, as much as I can trust the information from a diviner, of course, as you're aware, it's not a exact science, she says. And then she goes,
There's one other thing that I wanted to ask. Character was, did it move again or leave Travos like as far as until the concentration on the mind spike ended?
No, it stayed in that district, but it was moving around.
Okay. I had a tracking spell on it. It seemed to stay in that district after we left. But it was moving, active there.
Okay. She looks thoughtful for a moment and then says, all right, thank you for your help. And she waits for you to pick up the pen that she has left in front of you and the paper she has left in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And to write down what she asked you to write down.
Indeed.
When you're done, she goes ahead and leaves something else on the table for you and says, okay, you can let the rest of your family come down here now. I'll see you soon. And she gets up, gathers her stuff, and walks out.
Slate will just message Shale. And does our landlady react positively or negatively to the message cantrip?
She hates it.
Okay, yeah. So Slate will message Shale and go find Esther.
Okay.
Shale will come down to the kitchen.
How did yours go?
You had most of the details. All I could really add was that it for as long as I was able to keep a bead on it, it didn't leave the Travos district, even though it kept moving around.
I don't like that they didn't find it.
I don't either.
It seems like it should have been pretty easy at that hour. With all the dead bodies.
Esther comes down at that moment, grabs both of you by the ear.
It's we didn't want to tell you before breakfast, Esther.
But you were going to tell me.
Of course.
Am I going to have to worry about some axe murderer breaking into my house?
I don't think so.
It didn't get our scent.
Okay.
Or at least it didn't draw any of our blood.
Some kind of monster, though, right? Not a person?
Yes.
Not some kind of street thug or something?
No street thug.
No street thug.
Okay.
But I can help, and Slate will go rummaging through a drawer and start setting up alarm rituals just on every window and door.
Okay. she kind of is just exasperated a little bit and just like, oh my god. This is happening. This is happening. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, but this is just the way the world is these days, I guess. Okay. Well, are you the two of you? Do the two of you have work to do today, or are you going to be staying here for your day?
I wanted to go to the university to see if I could arrange a meeting with Ephraim.
All right. Well,
I'll take you. It's probably safer if we stick together for now.
For sure.
all right. Well, I'll be here. So I don't have work today. And she looks at you guys, says to you, just, be careful.
Of course.
And that is where we will end our session for the evening.
Woo!
Woo! We did it. So,
We
Wahoo.
didn't die.
we're gonna go ahead and hop off for the evening, but thank you both for stopping by, and thank you viewers and community for stopping in. I'm gonna go ahead and refund all of those bonuses for everybody, and we'll see you for the rest of our scheduled content in June and the rest of May. So see you then. Bye bye.
Woohoo!
Bye.